Hey, E, put the beat on. Hey, Taylor, you like this joint?
Yeah, it'd be hard.
Yeah, you sure you like this joint? You would tell me if you didn't, right?
Oh yeah, of course. No, this don't go hard.
All right, cool. This my man Scotty Pimpin joint.
Oh, okay, all right then.
Matter of fact, I got something for this.
Got something like what?
Welcome to the top shelf, where the flavor so hot, but you will not melt. About to take you on a ride like you never felt. Up and down, real smooth like a carousel. Moving in our own lane, no parallel. Everybody needs sleep, it's good for your health. If you stuck like Chuck, I might have to help. Cause we talk sports, life, and everything else.
It's on a podcast.
What's poppin', ladies and gentlemen? We thank you for taking the time out to tune into S.L.E.E.P, the Sports, Life, and Everything Else podcast, presented by the Away Team and coming to you from the top shelf. This is Season 4, Episode 15. My name is Michael Roberts, a.k.a. Mike on the mic. We've got my co-host Taylor Suber in the building.
Tempo slow, lights down low. Let me take you to a place where only lovers go. Y'all know who that's by. That's a little preview for what Taylor's gonna do later on today.
All right.
Where all the players go and all the gangsters roll. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Yeah. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Later on, I'm gonna give y'all. But yeah, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Feeling good.
I was about to say, it sounds like Taylor's in a good mood.
In a great mood, man.
What's popping?
We've got producer One Will E holding the boards down and all the important stuff.
What up?
E, how you feeling?
I'm a little tired today, man.
Oh,
but
man.
It's a little early for the show, but I'm good. I dug into my nap time a little bit, but I'm straight. Glad to see my boys here. The weather done turned out good. This morning was looking a little shaky.
I've been up
it was a little rainy.
I've been up for 24 hours, man. I'm not tired, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. I can't sleep. I couldn't sleep last night, man.
Taylor's on a natural high.
I don't know, man. I'll get some, rest this weekend. I'm off of work, so I don't know what it is.
Okay, good. That's what's up.
All right. Well, you can follow us on Twitter and IG at Sleep is For You. That's S.L.E.E.P. the number 4 YOU. Subscribe and listen to new or old episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Podbean, TuneIn Radio, or you can find us on YouTube. Like episodes, leave comments, show love, show hate. We here for it all. Tell a friend to tell 2 friends about us. We've officially reached over 8,000 downloads. So, salute to us and to you for keeping this thing up and bringing y'all fire entertainment every week. I stated last week on the show we would be changing the Common Sense Space name to something new, but after some thought I realized if it ain't broke, don't fix it, so we're going to keep rocking and rolling like we have been. If you haven't already done so, look up sleepisforyou.com, the hub for all things sleep related. We've got 2 top 5s for y'all this week, an interesting Common Sense Space topic, have you seen, have you heard, trivia, and that good sports talk and coverage that makes this the top shelf. Our show time is 1:33. We're getting in the building a little earlier, as E said just a little while ago.
It's
but
just a little early.
Let's
a little early for old boy. Let's go.
Let's get it. So the biggest news to come out in the past few days, NBA-wise, is obviously that Kevin Durant requested a trade from Brooklyn. A team who it looks like will start next season without any of the 3 all-star caliber players they acquired just within these last 3 seasons, with James Harden being traded for Ben Simmons, among other assets, and the Kyrie Irving situation unfolding the way it did, which soured that relationship. The league is buzzing trying to figure out where KD will land and what will be given up for him. There's all kind of trade scenarios going around. I've heard talks of the Suns and Heat being requests from him, but the Suns don't want to give up Devin Booker. And as of now, Miami is just a rumor, along with Toronto, Philly, and other names being thrown in the mix as well. So, Taylor, what do you think about this Kevin Durant situation? I mean, I see it as, he kind of got tired of where he was. Things didn't come together the way that he was expecting them to in Brooklyn. Just between him and Kyrie, forget all the James Harden stuff because that's kind of out the window at this point. But He just wants to get up out of there, and he's pretty much expressed to them, I guess, that he doesn't plan to sign an extension if they do keep him.
Well, he's already in a 4-year. I think he's got 4 years guaranteed. So there's no extensions.
He's good for the next couple of seasons. Then.
It's all guaranteed, and there's no opt out. So when you get KD, you're getting 4 years of KD. You'll be 34, 35, 36, 37.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, I think that's where the kind of like the dynamics of the trade is kind of like messing up, kind of on both sides. And then also you got to look into the fact that I was just talking to you yesterday. You can't have Ben Simmons on the team with another person that's on a rookie extension contract. So there's 12 to 15 players that can't be on the Brooklyn Nets. You can't do it. So Bam Adebayo wouldn't work. Jaylen Brown wouldn't work. All these guys that are on rookie extensions. You know what I mean? It wouldn't work. So they got to find out something. I don't know what they're gonna do. And then Kyrie is kind of following KD's lead. I don't know if KD has to have a conversation with Kyrie and say, listen, man, he gonna have to talk to him like Shaq and Peoples Hernandez and tell him, listen, man, I like you, I respect you, but you try to F me, man. Like, and he's gonna have to have a conversation with him, man, because it's just like, dude, like, the reason why I'm leaving is because of you, probably. Like, I can't depend on you. Like, I like you. Me and you are friends, you know what I mean? But you're trying to F me, man. Like, I can't I'm 33 years old and I'll be 34, and I'm only guaranteed to play about 50 to 60 games a year.
Yeah.
And you don't want to play at all. Like, if somebody gets shot down the street, you might want to go home and cry because you're on that silly stuff. You don't want to play no more, you know what I mean? Because of just if the Capitol Bills, I need a personal break. Like, I can't depend on you, dog. This is your job, you know what I mean? So I don't know where Kyrie's gonna go. Like,
Kyrie's been in discussions with a swap with the Lakers. Circled around Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised. You put some of these people and give them the truth. He can't be trusted, man. You can't trust Kyrie, even though he's 30 years old. But I saw something this morning where the Sixers was trying to grab him. I was just like, well,
for what?
That's what I'm saying. Like, but he can't be trusted, man. I don't trust him. Like, I don't trust you, dog. Like, you can come in here and play 45 games and say, you know what, I want to retire. Like, you can't be trusted, dude. Like, so
yeah, he could definitely do that.
The whole dynamic with the Brooklyn stuff is kind of crazy. It's going to be interesting to see because pretty much everyone signed back and everything was pretty much status quo. But the Brooklyn thing was like a whole nother, just a whole, I don't know what it was. It just came out of nowhere. I mean, no one was expecting KD to say, "Yo, I want out." Like, that was crazy. So
I think in terms of that Brooklyn situation, the Sixers need to take the same stance that I do. Just watch from the sidelines.
Yeah, just watch from the sidelines
and see how it plays out.
There's at least 4 or 5 teams that they just need to watch, just wait in the silence. Don't do nothing because the team that won him, I don't know if they can acquire him. And then if Phoenix do a trade, Brooklyn already said, we don't want DeAndre Ayton. We don't want him. So you can't do a sign and trade with DeAndre Ayton. So in Miami, you can't trade for Bam Adebayo. You're not going to trade for what's his name, Jimmy Butler. So you're going to get Hero and who else? Strauss. So. And I don't know. Like, and then the money.
He's already said if he goes to Miami, he wants to play on
with
team with Butler, Lowry, and Bam Adebayo.
But then the money has to match up. Yeah, I mean, you already got 2 guys on that team with I think it's 2 guys with, well, not max deals, but so it's I don't know. Like I said, KD has 4 years guaranteed on his contract for like over 100, maybe 180, or it could be $200 million. So, and there's no opt outs. So it's there.
But you know what? But just works out in Philadelphia's favor because that's one less threat in the East.
As long as he goes west.
As long as he goes to the West, if he goes to the West. I mean, I got a team he can go to.
It looked like he want to go somewhere where the weather good. That's what it really seemed like.
It looks, I don't know. I think he just wants to go to a team where it wins. I don't think he really cares about the weather. I got a team he can go to. No one's even talking about it.
Who's that, Taylor?
How about the Memphis Grizzlies?
I did hear Memphis. I saw a scenario that was painted with Memphis and him playing with John Morant after that for like Jaren Jackson.
Nah, Jaren Jackson's hurt. That was the whole thing. As soon as KD said he wanted to get traded, they said, "Oh, Jaren Jackson's out for 6 months." So they basically said you can't trade for a hurt player.
Yeah.
So it can either be Dillon Brooks or Desmond. Now, if I'm Brooklyn, I would like to. I wouldn't mind Desmond because Desmond Bain's cheap. He's only in his second year. He just averaged 18 points, so you don't have to pay him. You don't have to pay him for like another 2 years. And if you want to give me Dillon Brooks, I think he's already on like so that would work for me. And I think Grizzlies aren't paying anybody but Ja Morant. So they could fit his salary on there. So
But you got to get more than just Dillon Brooks and
Dillon
Baines.
Brooks and then Dillon Brooks, Baines, and then probably I would take Zaire Williams, and then give me all those picks that Utah just got for whatever his name is, Gobert. Give me 4 or 5 picks.
They got about 4 picks for him.
I would be cool with that trade. You know what I mean? You give me back 2 young wings. You know what I mean? Devin Baines 6'5", Dillon Brooks about 6'7", and then you give me a young 20-year-old Zaire Williams from out of Stanford who's he's got potential too, and then we can talk. You know what I mean? So,
Okay.
but I don't. All the other teams, it just seems like I don't know. I mean, and if the Sixers want to trade, they know who they got to give up. They got to give up Maxey. That's the only thing that's going to make sense. You know what I mean? Maxey and of course Tobias with the money. So like I said, I still don't know where he's going to go. He's going to have to figure something out. Him and his agents and his people want to figure out where he's going to go, because the places he wants to go, they might not be able to accommodate the Brooklyn Nets.
Up to him. Brooklyn has to figure out where they're going to send him.
Yeah, they got to figure. Yeah, because listen, we'll trade you, but we just not going to trade you for a bag of donuts or a bag of dust. Like we're not doing that.
We're not going to trade you like Indiana traded Brogdon.
Yeah. So we got to get something back. So like I said, it's going to be interesting. And then the whole Kyrie thing is in there, and then the whole Ben Simmons thing. He didn't deactivate his account. He's in his feelings.
Big Ben?
Yeah, because he might be getting traded too.
Hopped off the IG.
Yeah, because they might trade him just so they can trade KD. So he's upset. He might end up being in Oakland. I'm not Oakland, OKC.
Who cares?
Maybe he's upset because he might get sent to Phoenix, and Devin Booker plays out there, and that's his old chick's new dude.
Would Phoenix work? I mean, I don't know. Like I said, all these exceptions with the rookie deal and stuff like that. I think they might just dump Ben Simmons. I think that's what I think it is. They just end up just putting him on a team. We'll take back anything. You know what I mean, because if he goes to OKC, they can afford him, because they not only person they playing is Shai, whatever his name is.
Shai. They did just give Lou Dort a new contract.
Yeah. But actually, no. I don't think Ben can play with Shai, because that's the whole rookie. See, I'm confused. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to find out within the next couple of weeks where KD goes, and where KD and where Kyrie goes. Because I don't know. It's bizarre.
And if Ben Simmons is involved,
I wouldn't be surprised if a week from now or 2 weeks from now, all right, I'll stay here. Like you don't know how it's gonna go. You might just rescind and be like, no, I'm chilling. I just want this team to be good. You know what I mean? Because Brooklyn is raggedy, man. They don't have nobody, man.
Brooklyn is raggedy.
They got what's my man named Claxton, the power forward.
They just brought him back.
They got Seth Curry. I think he just had surgery on his ankle. They team is the Bruce Brown, who's actually a kind of a player. He left. The team is raggedy.
He went to Denver.
Yeah, and Joe Harris, he's still there, but he's coming off an injury. So the team is kind of raggedy. Patty Mills came back, but he's 34. So the team is kind of ragged.
Did LaMarcus Aldridge re-retire yet?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if they're going to pay him, he'll take the money. You know what I mean? And I think Blake Griffin, he's going too. So I like I said, the team is. I mean, if you compare it to the other teams in the East, the Brooklyn team is just raggedy with KD, and it's going to be worse when he leaves. So so they want to get some compensation back, because KD's doing everything.
Yeah,
he's doing every damn thing.
Since we brought up the Sixers, just to go over their offseason moves so far, they signed Daniel House, Trevelyan Queen, last year's G League MVP. They signed PJ Tucker, and that's all they've done so far.
Yeah, I was asleep on those moves.
So that's kind of crickets in the room.
No pun intended to me. I mean, I know everybody was like, "Oh yeah, PJ Tucker." He's 37, just like I said last week. I knew the Sixers do this all the time. They bring in people that's past their prime, washed up. You know what I mean? So hopefully he got something left in the tank. I mean, but I have a feeling this is going to be another Wilson Chandler, or what's the boy name? Who they just traded? Danny Green. Yeah, another one of these guys that. Oh yeah, he's going to be the spot up 3-and-D guy, and he's going to be ran out of.
It's going to be a bust.
I'm not saying it to be to be anything special. In house, he's a bum. He can't play. He's a fake. He's a fake PJ Tucker. He's not.
I'm prepared for the price drop this season, because I don't want to see no darn high price tickets with this team.
Oh, you
Like
said the
these-
price drop.
Yeah, I just want to see the tickets, the price for home games drop because this ain't cutting it. For
No,
me.
this
They
team.
what they needed to do was go get them a bench and
Yeah.
some depth.
Yeah,
But
get-
instead, they trying to add little starter pieces that's probably not going to last for the whole season. We can barely keep Embiid around for the whole season. Then you go get PJ. He 37, gonna be 38, knocking on 40.
Exactly.
Like
By the time y'all done paying, he's going to be close to 40 years
What's
old.
going to happen when he's gassed by the end of the season?
Exactly.
And you don't have no depth.
What happens if he plays the first 10 games and he's hurt and then he's got to sit out? That's what I'm saying. Like, and then he's nicked up for the rest of the season. So I'm saying, like, I didn't. And then all three of them are former Houston Rockets. So basically, Daryl Morey, he did basically what me and you. Let me just pick these three guys up who I had in Houston a couple years ago. That's not thinking to me. That's just like some easy stuff.
I hear they're still in discussions with Houston to bring Eric Gordon here too.
Exactly. I don't want Eric Gordon,
which I don't support at all.
Hey, come on, man. Like, you got four former Houston. They didn't work out down there. They're going to work out up here right now. So who's next? You going to bring in Mike D'Antoni? Is he coming to the team? you going to bring in Katito Mobley? Is he coming? Is he coming back? What's my man name? Did Shannon Anderson? Didn't he play for them back in the day? You gonna bring all these old Houston Rockets back to Phillies and get knocked out in the second round? That's all. I'm looking at a team that's gonna get knocked out in the second round.
Yo, listen.
I don't see nothing special.
They're wasting the best years
wasting
of
years of
Embiid.
Embiid. Yeah, this is
They're
basically what they did.
wasting his years.
Did this with AI.
Yep.
They kind of did it with Chuck, and now they're doing it with Embiid. It's sad.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Get PJ Tucker 3-4 years ago. He was going for cheap. I remember he was getting traded for like 2 second-round picks when he went from Toronto to Houston.
Yeah.
Okay, come on, man. This is whack, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm not impressed with their move. I see other teams doing stuff, and I see the Sixers. Oh, we're gonna do like what y'all didn't want Gary Payton Jr. Like, he went for cheap.
Yeah.
DiVincenzo went for cheap. Gary Harris went back to Orlando. Went back to Magic. I mean, like, come on, man. These guys could actually help you actually win.
Hey, T, quick story. It's like this. When Earth, Wind, and Fire first started, right? And Maurice White had all of these old jazz players. Because remember, it's 2 bands.
Yeah.
People don't know this. There's actually 2 Earth, Wind, and Fire bands. The first one was all of these old players.
Yeah.
They were talented. They could play. But they were old. And they were past their prime, and there was nothing hip about it. And the guy said, hey, I get your idea, but you're going to have to go out and get some young, fresh players.
Yep.
Some new rookies, some hot shots. And this is what Philadelphia 76ers refused to do. And everyone that they gamble on, except for Joel Embiid, has been a bust. Everyone, Ben Simmons, a bust. What's that other guy? Markel, nobody, a bust.
Yeah, he's a bum.
Like, y'all literally wasted like 3 or 4 number 1 picks.
Okafor's not even in the NBA anymore.
Oh my gosh, was he a number 1 pick?
He was the number 2 or 3.
He was top 3.
He was the top 3. I know that.
Like, yo,
he was 3. Yeah, he was 3.
His 5th or 6th team at this point.
Who?
Nerlens
he
Noel.
got traded to some place. That's what I'm saying. Like, all these,
like,
all
y'all
these
traded
guys.
to Detroit.
Y'all was garbage forever.
Yeah.
You lucked up with Embiid because I was shaky with him first. I ain't gonna lie.
They got lucky with him.
He just happened to develop into something special, but everybody else.
After he came back from those surgeries, and injuries, he had his first.
Well,
what he
did was he actually got his game, because he was always going to be what he was, but he became better at shooting threes and hitting the free throws. He was already like at 75%, but he ended up being at 80. So while those 2 years he was off and the team was trash, it was actually smart for him to get, and he ended up being a better player than what they even thought he was going to be. But other than that, y'all, and then they got lucky on that because it wasn't Wiggins. It was Wiggins and Jabari Parker. You know what I mean? And then they end up getting Joel Embiid. But if Joel Embiid had his foot healthy, he would have went number 1. But once they saw the medical, they said, "No, we good." So I'm saying they're just very lucky. And then I was just like, I'm not what they doing right now. I'm not impressed at all.
They're just not a smart team building team.
They don't have a forward thinking. They like, we got to get BJ Tucker now because he just beat us 2 months ago.
Yeah,
or something
like
like
when
that.
they got Al Horford.
It's the same thing. Al Horford. He was busting Embiid's ass, and then they signed him, and he didn't, and he was trash. It didn't fit. It's got to fit the team.
Yep.
You're not fitting the team. I'm not seeing anything that's fitting. And then you're basically saying, "Oh no, James Harden, he's going to be fine next year." I'm not. How you figure that? He looked washed last year. So you're supposed to get a guard that can actually play, but y'all got two wings, and I mean I'm just not impressed with them two guys. House is not good. He's not. He averaged like 5 points last year on Utah. He's a bum. He's not good, man. A freaking bum. Queen, come on, man. I never even heard of that.
But that's why they keeping.
He's a 6'6" point guard. Yeah, but he couldn't get no burn in Houston.
Bro, they know Sixers ain't going nowhere, but they just want to keep in the seat.
Second round exit, if they even get to the second round.
Yep.
And then Tobias. Don't nobody want Tobias Harris. Don't nobody want him.
Nah.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want him.
He's washed.
Yeah, y'all trying to say, we trying to trade. Don't nobody want him.
He don't have no heart.
Don't nobody want him. Y'all got him for the next year. People want him because he'll be on the last year of his deal. But right now, don't nobody want him.
Speaking of other things going on in the league, we did have some big contract extensions. Denver gave Jokic $260 million.
Damn.
Washington gave Bradley Beal $251 million.
Yep.
Phoenix gave Devin Booker $214 million. Memphis gave John Morant $193 million.
Yep.
Cleveland gave Darius Garland $193 million.
Yep.
And Zion Williamson signed for
$231.
$231. Yep.
Why?
That's like, damn.
That motherfucker, what, he going to eat some more steak and getting chunk out?
My man didn't even play last year.
Nah.
That's crazy. Gave him an extension.
And last offseason, he was saying he didn't want to be in New Orleans no more.
Yeah, now he's, I saw what the team did. After I saw what y'all did, now I'm ready to come back because y'all actually made the playoffs.
And they brought in C.J. McCollum.
Yeah, C.J. McCollum's a good player. Ingram continued his up and up his career.
Mm-hmm.
And the boy Henry Jones, the left hand boy, he's actually pretty good. The boy they got him in the second round. He can actually play. So they got some Hispanic boy from New York. What's the boy name?
Grand Theft Alvarado.
Yeah.
Jose Alvarado.
He can play. Yeah. So they actually got some play. He was undrafted. So they actually got some people down there that can ball. Yeah. So now he says, I'll play for this team now. Yeah, I bet you.
Now they got some talent. You want to stay here, right? You don't want to jump ship.
This time last year, you was looking like, nah, I'm good, man. I'm gonna take off.
I want to try to find a way to play with KD.
But salute to Willie Green for coaching that team. That's called good coaching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So Rudy Gobert was traded from Utah to Minnesota for Malik Beasley, Pat Beverly, Jared Vanderbilt, and 4 future first round picks.
Yeah, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if. Well, I think Pat Beverly's gonna get bought out. And the Sixers might try to. That's what I'm saying. They just y'all just want all former Houston Rockets players.
Sixers might try to grab him.
Yes, they might. Yeah, because he's gonna get bought out. I like Pat Beverly, but like all these former Houston is just like a bad taste in my mouth, man. I'm sorry. Give me somebody that we don't that like the DeAnthony Milton. That was a good start, but then y'all just went down the toilet.
Just
after
went
that.
downhill after that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I'm saying, the bench is somewhat better, but I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. You still got Jordan Niang. So you got Jordan Niang, PJ Tucker, and House. So I guess PJ Tucker's going to be the starter.
Yeah.
And then those are the 3 off the bench. And then who knows what's going on with Shake and Isaiah Joe.
That's what I give it.
Paul Reed, Court. Yeah, and they y'all get rid of Court. Let's let him go, man. And Jaden Springer, y'all still got to develop him. Like I said, I'm not impressed with this team at all. I wouldn't be surprised if Joel Embiid he wants to be traded next year. That's what I would want. I want out of here. Y'all don't know how to put together a good team around me. So if I'm Joel Embiid, I'm taking a keen eye on what's going on this year. And if I don't like what I see, if I'm gonna get out in the second round, I'm leaving too. And then once I request a trade, it's a done deal. It's a wrap. It's a dub. So we'll see.
Well, just going over a couple more deals. Malcolm Brogdon got traded to the Celtics for Aaron Nesmith, Daniel Tice, and a first-round pick next year. They also signed Danilo Gallinari, fresh off a trade from Atlanta to San Antonio. Followed by a buyout.
I like the Atlanta trade. I like that trade.
Yeah, and speaking of the Hawks and Spurs, they just worked out a deal sending DeJounte Murray to Atlanta for Gallinari and 3 future first-round picks. And Atlanta, with a sudden guard overhaul, sent Kevin Huerter, the ginger marksman, to the Kings for Justin Holiday and Mo Harkless, who no doubt will hit free agency soon enough, and a future first-round pick. So things have been a little crazy since Thursday afternoon when deals began getting announced.
Yeah, my man Jalen Brunson.
Yeah,
well, we got our top 5. We'll do whoever
we're going to talk about. About
more lists, but some of the moves were they weren't surprised, but they were talking about it for a couple of weeks, but pretty much everyone, like I said, status quo. Then all
things kind of landed the way that you expected.
Everybody got extended and stuff like that. Nobody left. It's just a couple of these trades. and and the KD situation. That was pretty much it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to get into our first edition of Top 5, and that's going to be Top 5 off-season moves so far in the NBA. So, starting at number 5, I'm going to go with Zach LaVine re-signing with the Chicago Bulls. He got 5 years, $212.5 million. So he was able to work out a supermax deal. And, just salute to him and respect for that, because the chatter was that he wasn't going to stay in Chicago with them having Lonzo Ball there. And, he was going to try to go somewhere else. But he decided that Chicago's where he wants to be. And he got that bag. So I'm all about that. At number 4, Taylor was just talking about it, but Jalen Brunson got that bag too. Signing with the New York Knicks for 4 years, $104 million. Now, I think that number is a little more based on what they project him to be, other than what he is right now. Not to say that he's not a good player, because obviously he got the offer, so that's dope. But a local guy getting that much money, I definitely appreciate and salute that. At number 3, Malik Monk signed with the Sacramento Kings, and I thought that was kind of dope. He was kind of stifled with the team he was drafted with Charlotte. So he got out of there and he ended up in L.A. last season, and he played pretty well.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that, their team was kind of a cesspool. But, Malik Monk is reunited with his college teammate and point guard De'Aaron Fox. And Sacramento's got a nice little young thing. It seems like they're trying to build out there. So, let's see if they can put something together with that this season. I thought it was interesting they signed him, being that they still have Buddy Hield, right?
No, he's in Indiana.
Okay,
he got traded for the
for Sabonis. That's right.
Sabonis deal, yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes more sense. Because I was going to say they kind of do the same things, but that works out well.
Yep, they do. They need a shooter, so they got one. That was a good move.
Yep. Number 2, Taylor was talking about this guy earlier too, but it's going to be Dante DiVincenzo signing with Golden State. Like we said, they missed out on Gary Payton II, who was, I think, a valuable part of the team that they had last season and contributed to them winning them finals. But, they lost him. He signed with Portland. So they brought in Dante DiVincenzo for the cheap, for the low. And, he can do a lot of similar things to what Gary Payton II brought to their team. He definitely has heart. And, he showed that with the team he was drafted with when he was in Milwaukee.
Yeah, right before he got hurt.
Yeah.
But towards the end of the year last year, he played well once he got back. So hopefully he's fully healed from that. I think he had a foot injury.
Yeah. He's still young. He's only 25.
Yeah.
And he only played 25 games last year with the Kings. So, I think that's going to be a good addition for Golden State. And as long as he can stay healthy, I think that'll be, a good move for their team.
That's the Michael Jordan of Delaware. That's what he was called. That was his nickname.
Yeah, he's definitely from Newark, Delaware. Yeah. They also call him Big Ragu.
Yeah, he got a couple nicknames. Yeah. White Dante.
All right, so
he got a bunch of nicknames. Yeah.
I'm going to finish it up with number 1. And this might be a little out of the blue, but I was surprised and pleased to see that Joe Ingles signed with the Milwaukee Bucks as Utah continues to blow it up. I think he could be a good addition for their team, just being a spot-up shooter, being a guy who can be dependable. He was always a guy that could knock down that corner three or that top of the key jumper. Or get to the free throw line if needed to for Utah. So I think that'd be a good addition to this Bucks team. And as long as he can mesh well with what they got going on, that's a good move.
I think he won 6 man last year, didn't he?
That's a good question.
I think he did. Cause I remember it was
him. No. I think that was Tyler Hero.
No, 2 years ago. I'm sorry. 2021 season. 2020-2021 season. I remember it was him and Jordan Clarkson. I think he won it. He had a really good season. And this year he came back and he was actually wasn't shooting that well. Then he hurt. I think he tore his ACL. So.
No, it was Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson went okay. All right, but I know they were the finalists in the 2. But yeah, but he's if he can get back, to what he what he was. Yeah, that'll be a good addition for Milwaukee.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'll get it over to Taylor, and he can list off for y'all his top 5 off-season moves so far in the NBA.
Yeah, my number 5 was I like the Murray, DeJounte Murray to Atlanta.
The trade.
I like that move. I think that's a little bit of an out of the box move. I like how Atlanta said, we're going to go out the box. We're going to have 2 point guards in the backcourt. But what I think they're going to do is probably have more of Trae Young kind of doing what Steph does, where Steph can be off the ball and not actually playing point guard, and then DeJounte Murray can run the point, and then Young will be like the shooting guard and stuff like that. Because when Golden State does it, they'll have multiple people running point guard, whether it be Iguodala or Draymond Green. And then Steph can just be off the ball, just jacking up shots. So that's what I think Atlanta's going to do. And DeJounte Murray averaged about 9 assists this past year, but he's a really good three-point shooter. He was terrible a couple years ago, but he's really, really redefined his game over the past couple of years. He got back from the injury, and this year he damn near made the All-Star team, but averaging 20-some-odd points, and that's why Atlanta grabbed him. They knew he was going to get paid, get paid more, so it was actually good to grab him now, get him on your team. And I think San Antonio, they're looking at some guy, a foreign guy that they want. That's why they wanted all the picks. There's a foreign guy that's coming out, I think, next year that they really trying to, corner the market to get. But DeJounte Murray, he's a good player, and I think it fits well. And I think they have a relation. Him and Trae Young got a relationship. So I thought that was a good move for Atlanta to get him. And so I like that backcourt right now. I like what Atlanta did right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 4 would be I do like John Wall going to the Clippers, even though I'm not really a big John Wall guy. I do like him going to the Clippers, because even though Kawhi's going to be back, so anytime you're on a team with Kawhi, that's so because now Kawhi, he can do anything he want to. Like he can play off the ball. Kawhi can run point if he wants to. Yeah. And John Wall can kind of do what he does, or what we haven't seen him in a while, but who knows what he can do. And then you still got Paul George, and I think one of the Morris twins is over there. So they still, Clippers are, they just missed the playoffs last year. Well, I think they went to the play-in and they lost. So they're getting everyone back, but they just got to, these guys just got to stay healthy. So if these guys stay healthy, quotation marks, I think everything should be okay. But all these guys I think all of them are the age of 31 and 32. So these guys are in win now mood. So we'll see what the Clippers can do. We'll see what Tyronn Lue can do. He did a good job with that team, because they didn't have anybody. He got them close to the playoffs. Now Reggie Jackson come off the bench, and I think the team will fit a little bit better around in LA. Okay. All right. Number 3, I did like the Jalen Brunson to the Knicks. I like that move. Okay. The Knicks have been trash. They've been horrible. Haven't won a championship since The Godfather was in theaters. That was over 50 years ago. That's how trash they've been. So they need to, I think they hired Jalen Brunson's dad, and Leon Rose is the GM. That was his former agent. So you kind of
Wild West is over there.
Yeah, so you knew what was going on. Even though James Dolan is the worst owner in all of pro sports, he's the worst. He's terrible.
He's the bottom of the barrel.
But you got to get something in charging all them high tickets up at Madison Square Garden. You got to get an attraction. He was really, really good. Now the New York Knicks fans, they're groupies and they're crazy, and they were a little too hyped when I saw him online, cussing and doing all that crazy stuff. But Jalen Brunson is a good player. Now hopefully what happens to Jalen Brunson is not what happens to Lance Stevenson. Because a lot of these second round talents, they play with really, really good players, and then they go to a team and try to be like the number 1 or quote unquote high end number 2, and it kind of doesn't work out. So hopefully this doesn't happen to this young man, but I hope that that it'll work out. RJ Barrett, he really showed that he can play last year. You got two lefties right now in the backcourt, so that's gonna be special. And Julius Randle's a lefty too, I think too. They got a couple lefties. Yeah, he's still there. They brought back Mitchell Robinson, so their team is trying to form out too. And they still got Evan Fournier. Is it Fournier? Fournier. So the Knicks, you know what I mean, they gotta, you know what I mean, they have a now you can see something moving towards, you know, them moving forward and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Because they just basically said, listen, we punt the draft. I mean, we always F up the draft every year, so we're just going to trade our draft pick because we never get it right. We're going to try to get some players here that want to be here, and we'll do whatever we got to do to get them here. So I can respect them for having a new thinking because them terrible up there, man. Allen Houston and Latrell Sprewell and Tyson Chandler, just Landry Fields, all these bums was just up there. They was just terrible, man. Just an embarrassment. The Jeremy Lin disaster.
You don't got no love for Allen Houston?
He was trash, man. Yeah, like just everything.
Did his thing back
Everything,
in the day,
everything that they've done just has not worked, man. So they got to try something brand new.
I will agree that everything they've done has not worked.
Everything has been
they have not
Carmelo
had the
was a
formula.
disaster. Eddie Curry was a disaster. Everything that they trying to do was a disaster. Banyarni, that was a disaster. Everything that they done has not worked.
Porzingis.
Passing on Steph Curry for Jordan Hill, the disaster. Porzingis was a disaster. Like I'm saying, I'm just going disaster after disaster. The Knicks have always just been a disaster, so they got to do something new. So I like how they just say, listen, we're going to give this guy all kinds of money to where the point where Dallas not even going to be able to match it. They gave him like an extra $15 million because he was eligible for 90. They gave him 100, 109, 100, either 104, 100, whatever it was. Dallas wasn't going to match that. Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was number 3.
Yep.
Number 2, I like Monk and Herter going to the Kings. I like that move.
Okay.
The Kings are another team that's been trashed for years. They made the playoffs since 2002. Come on, man. So they got to do something to where they got to make moves going forward. I like De'Aaron Fox. I did like the Sabonis deal.
De'Aaron Fox is good. Yeah.
Yes, and I like these two guys whether they come off the bench or start. I kind of like I like what what they're doing. And I like the guy Keegan Murray who they just drafted. He dropped 26 last night in the summer league. You know what I mean? So I like him, and he's an older draft pick. He'll be 22 when the season starts, so they don't have to wait on him. So I like what Sacramento's trying to do. You know what I mean? So I can appreciate what they're doing.
Yeah.
And my number one, the only reason why it's number one because I'm interested to see what's going to happen. I kind of didn't want to leave this on the list, but I kind of looked at it I want to see where this goes. I want to see what happens with this Rudy Gobert
to Minnesota.
Minnesota, yeah, because Cat's going to the 4. Cat played the 4 in Kentucky. So this is more of an interesting pick. I don't know if I like him. I just want to see how this works out. Yeah. You know what I mean? They gave up a lot just to get Rudy Gobert. You know what I mean? So Rudy Gobert is going to be the quote-unquote center. Cat's going to go to the 4. He played 4, like I said, in Kentucky when Cauley Stein was the center. So this is kind of what he wants to do. And he did say maybe a couple months ago, he wanted to be the best shooting big man or something like that. He said that out of his mouth. So
sounds like they're trying to work out a Twin Towers kind of situation.
Yeah. But then you still have Ant Edwards and you still got D'Angelo Russell and they still got some bench component guys too. So I just want to see how that works because it hasn't worked before. But maybe what they'll do is they'll start on the team and then maybe as the the game goes, they probably won't play as much together as you think. And then maybe to the end of the game, Cat will be back at the 5. And then they'll have like a traditional lineup where you have like 2 or 3 guards and the actual small. So like I said, I want to see what it does, and that's like another outside thinking thing that GM did up there too. So I just want to see how the Minnesota thing worked out. Yep. Yeah, because they made moves this past year getting to the playoffs and stuff. So we'll see. They got rid of a lot of the guys that got them to the playoffs, a lot of the dirty work guys. So we'll see.
Not really believe in Edwards. I think he's going to be good.
Edwards is a beast. Yeah, he's an effing problem. Yeah. I was hating on him during the draft, but he's proved me wrong.
See, that's proof. Taylor can hate on you, and if you turn it around, he'll give you your respect.
He was saying a lot of weird stuff before the draft, but that's probably because of COVID, and he was waiting all that time to get drafted. So maybe a little weird. So maybe he was just talking just to talk. Who knows?
Me, I don't go hard on people. Pause like that, but
oh no.
Couple of honorable mention guys I got here. Anthony Simons re-signed with Portland.
Yeah, he kind of
4 years, $100 million. And like you said earlier, Bruce Brown signed with Denver, who just traded Will Barton and Monte Morris to Washington for Ish Smith and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Yep.
So I like that move. Bruce Brown going out there. He like you said, did his thing in Brooklyn. So salute to him. Taylor, did you have any honorable mention guys? Or that's
pretty much it. I thought about the Portland with Anthony Simmons, but it all depends on Damian Lillard. Like he's
dollar.
Yeah, first he was going to sign a 2-year, $100 million, but then he didn't want to because he still wanted to see what the team is going to do. So it all depends on what Damian Lillard does. So I don't know. He could be another one say I want out. I don't know. Like I said, this offseason has just started. So and it's not really official until I think tomorrow or in a couple of days, something like that, where all the free agents that have signed it becomes official. So we'll see. Maybe today. I don't know. Yeah, but the tampering period was on the 30th, and you know what I mean. So we'll see. A lot can still happen, and we got the summer league coming up in a couple of days. So,
all right, well, that's it for our first top 5, and now we're going to get into have you seen, have you heard? So, Taylor, what you got that you want to share with the people this week?
Just one thing, and everybody knows, everybody's seen the McDonald's fiasco. The young lady was trying to quote unquote expose her 4th baby daddy for bringing McDonald's to his son, you know, and
but not to her
other 3 kids. And quote unquote I'm fitting to expose him. That's what she said. She said it twice. I'm fitting to expose him. So already he's a goofy for even laying down with somebody saying fitting. We still in 2022 and people saying fitting. And of course he ran to I don't know where she was staying at. I don't know if she was in a gas station. She had the glass automatic. I don't know where she was staying at, but he comes up and he gives the the McDonald's. It wasn't even a Happy Meal. It was like he had the big soda. You know what I mean? So I know everybody saw it, but I know everyone had opinions about it. So Taylor, I was the only one that had a different opinion. Everyone else was saying F them kids. I said, Lord Jesus, we saying F them kids right now? We live in America with people saying F them kids? I said, oh, okay, all right. You know what I mean? But what I wanted to say was even though I don't agree with the female, she's a loser. You know what I mean? She's one of them handsome chicks that these guys like to sleep with. You know what I mean? I don't know. I saw her when she did her little live and she looked crazy. She had a lazy eye. She had a whack lace front. Yeah, I'm going in on her. But and she exposed herself with the food stamps and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like if I was the homeboy, I would have took that tape and took it to the judge and say, see, this girl going through $1,200 to $1,300 of food stamps in less than a month. Can I get my custody of my child, please? That's what he should have did. He should have snitched on her. He should have exposed her. They both exposed
brother and get him to be a simp and get him McDonald's.
They
for the whole family.
Exposed each other. But one thing what Taylor does is, and I've dated girls with children. I do look out for the kids. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't ask to be here. Unfortunately, it ain't their fault they got a rat mother. So I think he should have, you know what I mean? Man, here, take this $5 Little Caesars pizza and all y'all eat together. You know what I mean? Because this is where you get sibling rivalries and stuff like that. So even though it has nothing to do with her, you did what you did with her, and the kid didn't have to be here. And Mikey knows he's got 3 kids. There's times where I've come to Mikey's house and one of his kids' birthday, and I'll come with a couple gifts for them. So
for everybody,
So I that's where I kind of disagree. People saying F them kids. I don't like saying people F them kids. Some of these kids aren't they didn't ask to be here. They didn't know that their mama is a weekend coochie. They didn't know.
All right, hold up, T. Mm-hmm. Now I'm not gonna say F them kids, but I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Yeah. Have you been to McDonald's lately?
McDonald's is horrible.
No, we're going to start here.
McDonald's is pricey.
Hold on. Yeah. Me and B go.
Yeah.
Right? Hold on. Me and B. Just us two. And that meal's $22.
Damn. McDonald's is charging $22?
Listen.
That's Five Guys prices.
Okay.
Facts.
They're charging $22 and for us to get like a Big Mac with
the fries and the soda.
Lord forbid is large. So let me tell you something. Now, I don't disagree with what that guy doing, because I heard what she said. Well, because some women have this uncanny ability to put their children on any man.
Yeah.
To be the father, just because they're simply dating. Okay, if that's how you do business, that's how you do. But what I'm saying is, he could have pulled his son, say, "Hey, I'm taking my son around the corner. We doing this real quick. We doing that.
Don't even tell her that he getting something to eat.
Yeah, and left it at that. Now,
my dad used to pull me out of high school. I mean, out of grade school, and get me a Burger King and stuff like that, and bring me back. Man, salute to my father.
Mr. Suber.
Yeah, pull me out,
you know?
got me some food. Yeah,
so that would have been the move.
Salute
not
to Mr.
not,
Suber.
not in front of the kids, but at the end of the day,
Yes.
sweetheart. And I'm sorry, but old E was. I used to be the type I'll pound a girl with children,
Yeah.
but I won't date a woman with
Exactly.
children. But that was just me. That's just my opinion. Like, you know, we might smash and grab, but
Yeah.
as far as us being in a committed relationship, I'm sorry, but I got kids of my own that I got to pay for. So
I doubt they were even in a committed relationship. He was up in that. You know what I mean? You could tell he was a square. He wasn't he didn't have not one.
And he came on foot.
Yeah. He drove up. He drove
Did
up
he?
in a car. He drove
Okay.
in like a blue, like I forget, it's like one of them American sports cars. And he had a little sass in his voice too, because he put his hand on his hip and said "silly." I said, I broke down the whole video.
Oh, no.
So he's a square. He's like one of them Poindexter. And me and Mikey went to high school with guys like this.
Yeah.
They get a couple dollars like that. They might got a little job at AutoZone and stuff like that. They don't really get no real coochie like that. But he fell in love with a chick with a bunch of kids, and he slipped up. You know what I mean? He should have put it on her face, but he put it inside her. So, unfortunately, that's just how it went. I'm just telling this is I'm talking player type stuff. You know what I mean? And this kid's obviously he's not no player. You know what I mean?
Definitely not.
What you do is, hey man, you don't want no beef with her. Hey man, like I said, you just said McDonald's expensive. That's why you go to Little Caesars, get yourself a $5 hot and ready. Hey man, just want to come by, hook y'all up. It's $10 for 2 pizzas. Hey man, and I just want to keep the peace and keep it moving. You don't want the drama. If I swear to God, if that was me and she ran up on me with the phone would have been in the street, because I just slapped out that phone in the street. And I'm telling, like, the whole, even now I heard that the video may be fake, you know what I mean, or could be fake. So, but I'm just saying, if it was real, Taylor's not going out like that. That's yeah. So like I said, there's a lot of stuff I broke down in the joint, and I just thought it was crazy. But people were kind of basically saying F them kids. And I was like, yeah, man, come on, man, what are we doing? We're not saying F the kids. I'm not doing that. And I you know what I mean, even though I don't have any children, like I said, these kids didn't ask to be here. So I would, if you're a real man, if you're a man, you would say, you know what, I'm not going to be petty. He's not obligated to. I'm not mad at him for what he did. He didn't have to feed them kids. But me, as being a man, I'm going to feed the rest of the kids. Ain't my fault that a little fat and little Ray and little Nook, they ain't not eating no food because of, they mama Lisa is weekend cooch.
Well, I'm just saying like this.
Yeah.
Do we know if he even had enough to feed all them damn kids? Because,
when
I
he
said,
came with the bag, that wasn't enough. So,
like I said, bro,
the memes are crazy.
I don't know if you've been to McDonald's, and between him trying to put a couple dollars worth of gas in that American sports car, which I probably know what you got, what you talking about, like, dude, like you literally might not have enough, and you like, man, it's between me being able to get to work and getting my son something, or me getting on this bus and getting all this woman's kids something.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm gonna pull my son to the side. Hey, look, eat this burger. Look, do it come sit in the car. We're gonna turn the AC on.
We're gonna ride around the block. Yeah, I mean,
I'm having a talk with you.
We're gonna go to the park.
You decimate this burger that way, because I would never, I wouldn't. I just wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that. No, I like
not in front of him. But I'm not saying he's wrong.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's wrong. Like I said, he's not
Because some
obligated
people-
to fill those kids. Now, let's just say if the other way around, if he's the first baby daddy and then she has kids after that, then he's definitely, I'm feeding my son. Them other 3 kids you have with them other dudes, I ain't gonna do that. But since he's the runner-up, coming up 4th place,
bringing up the rear.
bringing up the rear.
I just asked one question. I always ask people this one question. Mm-hmm. If it was sneakers that he bought his son, and that's his only child, would we be having the same discussion?
Sneakers is a little bit different.
Sneakers is a little more price.
Hold up.
Sneakers about $40,
I ain't
$50
talking
a
about
pop.
I ain't talking about the fact that he buying sneakers. If he bought his son, that's his child.
Yeah.
If he brought sneakers to the crib, would we be having the same discussion? Well, he ain't buy the rest of my kids sneakers. Because
I've heard that before too.
Right then
that-
and there,
that could be
everybody
the-
would be like, hold up, that's not his child.
That could be the deal.
Yeah.
So,
It could go that way.
so it's just funny. I just say it's funny as us Westerners, because okay, we talking two different things. Now it's sneakers. It's different. No, it's not different. This is money, and we don't, and we know people ain't balling like that, yo.
No.
And are we going to talk the same thing if this dude actually couldn't afford to feed all three of them kids? Will we be having this discussion if he came on and say, look, I ain't got it like that?
Obviously he couldn't. I saw what he pulled up in, and
Thank you.
and I saw the gear he had on. Like I said, I analyzed everything.
Everybody getting all upset, but could he even afford it? Like, yo, this is.
Yeah.
I done had some tough weeks.
Yeah.
Tough.
I think
When
it was
McDonald's was off the table, like, golly, you're like, yo, that the 22 for that number 2A.
I think it was a hoax though, because they posted a picture of them together smiling. So it could have been a hoax. You know what I mean? But as soon as she came out the house with the phone, Taylor slapping that phone out in the street. That's just me. You don't.
That's right, T.
And you don't run up on me talking about some, hey, yo, no, you address me as a man. Like I said, you got to be a man out here. A lot of these cats aren't men. They little boys, man.
Yeah.
You know, they sensitive and letting these chicks talk to them any kind of way.
Don't know how they set their
Listen,
boundaries.
man, this chick obviously didn't respect you. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? A lot of these guys like laying down with chicks that don't respect them. No, respect is everything to me. I don't need no cooch like that, please.
All right. Well, I did have one Have You Seen, Have You Heard, which I don't think is going to be particularly interesting to anybody involved. But since I saw it, we got to speak on it. So apparently there's going to be a celebrity boxing match between Le'Veon Bell and Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Guess they got some stuff they want to get out.
So
Le'Veon Bell apparently was challenging Logan Paul, and Logan Paul ain't want to smoke, so Adrian Peterson is next up.
oh my God.
Yeah,
Now they got old black men fighting against each
Yeah, I don't have no respect for Le'Veon Bell. Ever since he got exposed for calling the police on some chicks that robbed him, he was I don't have no respect for him.
Hold up, what's wrong with calling the
You
police
call
on
police on chicks that robbed you?
Yeah, but he was giving like descriptions and stuff like that. You got to take the L. You took two chicks back to your crib and you did what you had to do,
Right.
And you probably didn't pay them, so they robbed you of your jewelry and your watch. And he was snitching online. Don't get me wrong, I condone snitching, but you got to take the L, brother. He was giving out. One was light skinned and the other one was I think she was Hispanic. Yeah, he's giving descriptions. It's on TMZ. It's online. Yeah, he's a rat. You know what I mean? So,
Well,
yeah, I don't have no respect for him.
I gotta have you seen, have you heard?
All right, what's going on, eh?
Have you seen or heard about the people that's getting gored by these bison out in Yellowstone?
No.
Bro, so apparently this is like the second or third one in like within a week. And white folks, it's great to go and see nature and see the bison in their natural element. But when they say stay 25 feet away, that means stay 50 feet away. Because you always going to have that, well, maybe we could get a little closer. And they done got a little closer. And then two people done got gored by a bison.
That's what's up.
Well, you know what?
Stop playing with the animals, man.
That's what's up.
That is, because when people do stupid stuff around the animals, they need to get, they need to know what it is, man.
And listen, these joints
signs
is
is up here for a reason.
they're quick and they're strong.
They are
Yeah,
strong. They can rip you in half.
Lay you down.
And I'm just like, yo, you know what? It's a shame the Indians just wasn't a little bit smarter in taking out the people when they came, because they was taking out bison bareback on a horse with bows and arrows.
yes,
And
they were.
I looked and watched this bison charge this lady and some old grandpa. Like, why do you get that close?
He gave him that free
It's
smoke.
a wild animal.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be that close.
Yeah. These animals don't have brains like us. So when they see you,
They have no remorse.
Exactly. They see you.
They're not going to feel bad for doing that.
yeah,
And they have no chill.
yeah,
So it's not going to go half
they
speed.
see you
It's
as-
going to go all out.
They see you as a Vic. You know what I mean? So you better relax, man. These animals, they don't play.
Oh man,
Mess around,
like,
get your body rocked.
Yeah.
this is crazy. Like, I'm like, why are we watching the second or the third? I'm sure they got wind of the first one.
Exactly.
Leave them alone. Some things just are not meant for us to deal with.
Yeah.
But okay. But I just wanted to get that. I thought it was hilarious.
All right, bet.
I'm about to look that up.
Yeah.
Well, It's that special time again. It's time to get into sleep trivia.
All right.
Oh, snap.
So I've got 5 questions for Taylor. Taylor's got 5 questions for me. And we'll get started. Number 1. I got a little 4th of July stuff in here since the holiday is tomorrow.
Yep.
Where was the first celebration of Independence Day held?
First day of independence wasn't in Philadelphia?
It was in Philadelphia.
Okay.
So Taylor's 1-0. Number 2. Every 4th of July, what food is most commonly consumed?
Hot dogs.
That's what I was just about to say.
You can't give him the job.
I was thinking of like food, but then I was thinking about the hot dog. Yeah. But I was going to say that though. I'm not lying.
Okay, you good. I'll give you that. That's 2-0.
Yeah.
Number 3. It was confirmed recently that this actor, comedian, was approached to play the role of James Carter in Rush Hour before Chris Tucker.
Oh, that was I just saw it the other day. Oh man, and now it's escaping my mind. Damn, James Carter. Oh man, I just saw this the other day and I can't remember. I can't remember who it was. I'm gonna be mad when you tell me who it is.
Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence, yeah, it was, yeah. And then Martin said it wasn't enough money.
Yeah, exactly. He said they ain't had a bag for him.
Yeah. I actually saw him give the interview on Jimmy Fallon. I think it was on Wednesday or Thursday, and I just had a brain lapse. Yeah.
And apparently Wesley Snipes went up for that role too.
Really?
Or was reached out to for that role. Now the question for y'all is: do you think Martin would have been as funny or funnier than Chris Tucker in that role?
I thought Chris Tucker he fitted pretty good. I thought Chris Tucker was good in that role. Yeah.
E?
I love Martin though.
I love Martin, but I just like Chris Tucker better in the role.
Okay. Cool. Number 4, we talked about it earlier, but Nikola Jokic just signed a contract worth $260 million, breaking the record that was set by who?
Breaking the record. You talking about he just broke the NBA for signing that big of a contract?
Yes.
Who signed a bigger contract bigger than that? Damn.
Who had the record before he broke it?
Of the biggest contract in the NBA?
Yes.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
It was just done 2 years ago.
Was it Steph Curry?
No.
I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know.
Giannis.
Giannis? Oh,
Giannis
yeah.
Giannis signed the biggest contract in NBA history in 2019
because he had the 2
for
MVPs.
$228 million.
Because he had the 2 MVPs too. Okay. All right.
So Taylor is 2 for 4.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5. Today marks the 59th birthday of box office star Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Name me 7 Tom Cruise movies.
Collateral.
Okay, that's
He's
one.
got 2 Top Guns. Both
That'll
of them
count for 1.
Yeah, the first one was terrible. Eyes Wide Shut is one of my personal favorites. People don't like that movie. Eyes Wide Shut is hard.
That's 3.
Let me see. What's that joint? Day and Night with Cameron Diaz.
Night and Day, that's 4.
Night and Day, yeah. And then we got the Days of Thunder.
5.
Then any Mission Impossible, you can from 1 to 19 or how many?
6.
Yeah. Mission Impossible. He's got like 8 of them.
That counts for 1.
And Mission Impossible 2.
That counts for 1.
So
because it's a franchise.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. All right. Then
one.
the Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow.
That's 7.
Edge of Tomorrow was hard.
I was gonna say 8, but I thought that might be a little difficult. Can you give us an 8th?
8th?
Vanilla Sky.
Tom Cruise.
Vanilla Sky. That works.
I didn't like Vanilla Sky like that.
Could have said Risky Business.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, he's got movies, man.
Yeah.
A Gentleman and an Officer.
Yeah, Officer and a Gentleman. Yeah.
What's that joint called? Was it Magnolia when it started raining? Was it Magnolias? When it started raining frogs? That was a good movie.
Still Magnolia?
Not Still
I
Magnolia.
don't think he was in that.
I forget what it's called, but it started raining frogs in the movie. It was a good. He played like some televangelist or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. He was also in. I don't know if you've seen this. Made in America.
Made in America. That movie was trash.
Where he played Barry Seal.
Yeah, that was trash.
Oh damn! All right.
Yeah, I saw that movie. It was garbage.
All right. So Taylor ended up 3 for 5.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let me see what I got. Let me find my list that I made like a week and a half ago. Let me see. Yeah. So most of mine we've talked about these. All mine are stuff we talked about over the past couple of weeks, and then there's always one in there that you always should know.
Okay.
So mostly sports and mostly
entertainment.
Entertainment. Yeah.
All right.
So we'll start with you should go 5 for 5 for these. These are easy. I'm gonna start with the sports ones. All right, true or false? James Harden has led the league three straight times in scoring. That's true or false?
That's false. It was twice.
Nah, it's true. 3 straight times he led the league in scoring.
So he got 3 straight scoring titles?
Yeah, he averaged 30, and I think it was 31 and 36 and a half.
All right.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I thought it was just 2, but he had led the league. And then, of course, the one he got, that was the one he won MVP.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right, number 2. Who is the first black NBA coach? Tails always love black history. Who's the first black NBA coach? This is easy.
I'm going to say Bill Russell.
There you go. Bill Russell, the first black NBA coach. There you go. All right.
My bad.
Number 3. We in the movies right now. All right. Taylor stays on Beverly Hills Cop. So in every Beverly Hills Cop, true or false, there were car chases in every Beverly Hills Cop. True or false? Car chase scene.
Definitely in the first one.
Yeah.
It was definitely in the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
True.
when he was taking Uncle
True.
Dave to the hospital, right?
No, remember
That wasn't a chase, though.
So is it true or false? I need true or false.
False.
Are you sure?
Yes.
No, it's true. There was a car chasing every one.
What was the car chase in the third one?
Remember he had the red convertible when he got out the chop shop?
Oh, yeah.
He had
In
the Dodge. The Dodge.
It was a Dodge or was it
the
a
Dodge?
Or was it
the long joint.
Yeah. He had
The red joint.
and it was falling apart.
And the seat got shot out, the passenger seat.
That's the funniest scene because the car just
The
falling
car just
apart.
fell apart?
And
The Viper.
and
He had a Viper.
Yeah, the Viper.
yeah.
And he just busting the gun. He's just, the bull, help me, man. The bull got thrown out the whip and he ran him over. Yo, that was like the funniest car chase.
There were car chases in all
And then
three.
when he crashed, the car just fell apart.
There was multiple car chases in the second one.
Yeah, there was a bunch of them. Yeah. All right, number 4. All right, Christopher Walken was in Pulp Fiction, but he was only in that one scene when he talked to a young,
Butch.
young Butch, as a kid. What was Christopher Walken's name in the movie? She said his name. It's a pretty easy name too.
I don't remember.
'Cause remember, he was from the Army.
I don't remember.
It was Captain Coombs.
Captain Coons.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Ain't that crazy?
I remember he was talking about everybody's last name was Coolidge.
Out of all the names, Quentin Tarantino, you couldn't hit Captain Smith or what, Coombs, and you dropping the N-word during that scene? Like, come on, Quentin Tarantino, what we doing? All right, and that's the last one. You had me think about Low Down Dirty Shame for weeks right now. So I had to ask you a question, man.
All right.
What 90s favorite song was playing in the club scene in Low Down Dirty Shame when Mendoza and Shane go head for head with flip the table over there? What is the famous song playing in that background? It's just quintessential 90s. Come on, man.
Is it I Got the Power?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
because all I remember in my head was it's getting kind of hectic. It's getting kind of hectic. I remember that part when it went in slow motion and he was aiming for Wayman to shoot him with the gun.
Yes.
And my man had to go tackle it.
Yo, man, I love that scene, man. That scene is hilarious, man. What happened to Luis? Luis ain't gonna make it. Hello, run around with them. He said, "Oh, Luis, Luis told me I could find you here." Yo, man,
I didn't
that's
want your
hilarious.
phone number anyway.
Yo, that was so exactly. Yeah, man.
Wasn't going to give me the number anyway.
Oh man, yeah.
555.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
that's a classic movie. Yeah, but that was it. I think we both went 3 for 5.
Yeah, I think so. All right. Okay, bet. So we split this week.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to move into the common sense space, and our common sense space topic for this week is if a minor, your child, who's under 18 obviously, gets arrested doing a crime, should the parents face some kind of penalty, whether it's being arrested, getting a fine, something, because Taylor brought it up over the course of the last week. this situation with youth crime is just getting out of control. And a lot of times these kids end up getting sent to juvenile detention centers and stuff like that. And the parents are like, good, the kid's bad, get him out the house for a while, let him go and stay there, and maybe they'll be better when they come out. And that's never the case.
I know someone personally who their child was locked up, and I'm not going to say if this is a person or a woman or a female, but they went on vacation.
Well, the kid was locked up.
While the kid was locked up, yeah, they said, well, the trial's not going to be for another 6 months, and they went on vacation.
Wow.
I was like, yo, your child was out here committing crimes and actually was responsible for somebody really getting hurt, and you're going on vacation? Really? Oh, okay, all right.
So Taylor was of the opinion that, he raised the question, should the parents have to face some kind of penalty if this happens to their children? Because this is getting out of hand with kids doing these crimes like they're adults and then just getting sent away or having some type of disciplinary action and nothing happens to the parents, and it's just a continuing cycle. So maybe punishing the parents in some way, form, or fashion would help to discourage this behavior from the kids, because the parents would be a little more alert and paying attention to what their kids are doing. So I'll start with my opinion. And as far as, I think it's a pretty progressive idea, just as far as like you get in trouble for something that your kids did. But at the same time, your kids are your responsibility until they're 18 years old and adults and able to be out here and take care of themselves legally. Not, lifestyle wise, but legally, your kid is able to be an adult when they're 18. So when they're under that age, it's up to you to do your best job as a parent to have a good relationship with your kids so that they'll be honest with you and tell you what's going on in their lives. But also, to keep them out of situations where they're getting themselves or someone else into trouble or hurt. So, I wouldn't be against trying it. I don't know what the exact penalty for the parents would be. I guess maybe it would be based on the severity of the crime that the kid committed.
This sounds like some real...
It could mess around and be a slippery slope. It could be a good thing. But the way things are going right now, I feel like something needs to be done to address kids that are out here doing this stuff like they're adults with these with these criminal acts.
So let me get this straight, Michael.
I'm saying being out here with the guns and shooting stuff up and robbing people and knocking people over the head, beating up old people and elderly people. And a couple years ago, they had the knockout challenge where they was trying to knock old people out.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was crazy.
Come on, man.
But hold up. Let me get this straight here, Michael. Let me get this straight.
Yes, sir.
And we're both parents.
Yes, we are.
So now, you got one bad seed in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're supposed to disrupt someone's entire home, because we could be talking about a single parent who's trying to save the rest of these kids. So now we're supposed to throw the one parent that they got in the jail or fine.
Well, hold on. The way that it was explained to me was that the parent gets to have pretty much like a day in court and gets to plead their case. So if there's a situation where it's a parent and they're doing the best they can, maybe it's a single parent, they got 2 or 3 jobs, they shipping their kids around to different houses, grandparents, aunts, uncles to be watched during the day, whatever the case may be when they're not at school, and they're busting their behind it to get things done, and this one kid is just not trying to go with the program and is just slipping through the cracks and out here in the streets stealing cars and shooting people up and stuff like that, then, it might not be so bad for them.
All right, well, you do the crime. I'll tell you what. My mom ain't doing nobody's time. She never was. And the private has been instructed, but didn't follow through with what he was supposed to do. If I instructed you, it's on you, because I don't have time to do time for nobody else. It could be my own child. I love my kids, but I'm not doing your time, especially when you know better.
I mean, I just said a couple weeks ago that I would snitch on my son to you know what I'm saying, get myself out of the fire. So
yeah, so they gonna do that time too. Look, I'll come to court. I'll come to court to support you.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
I'll put money on your books.
But I ain't coming to. I'm not coming to.
I'll come for visits.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I'll be there when you call me on the phone. All that type of stuff. But I'm not doing time for you.
It's just such a hard. You can't say because you do. There are some very irresponsible parents who created some monsters out here.
Some terrible parents out here, man. I know parents that are scared of their own kids. I wish I would be scared of them. I would kill my kid. Strangle. You kidding me?
I asked my son one day, I asked him if he knew who Marvin Gaye was. And he didn't know, but he
better do his research.
He was trying me. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yo, you must not heard about Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, Marvin Gaye daddy didn't play no games.
Wasn't trying to hear that.
No.
You must didn't see Jungle Fever.
Nope. Yeah, Gator got that work.
Or Gator came in.
Because he's a piece of trash.
Was doing that mess.
Mm-hmm. Stealing the VCR and stuff and taking advantage of his mother.
Yeah. So
Ozzie Davis said, no, we're not having that shit up in his house.
Ozzie had the 38 special.
That's right. Gave him
right where in the right hand, right under the Bible, accessible.
Kilton, where Gator used to eat his cereal at. Yeah, I'm gonna kill you in the house where I raised you at. That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
He was doing the dance. He was doing the dance too right before he got smoked.
Yes, as he should.
He was like, "It hurt, Mom. You damn right.
You
got
damn right. Shot. You got shot, man. I brung you in. That's the quintessential. I brung you in this world. And I'm gonna take you out, man." Ozzie Davis was speaking facts.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, man. Only thing that kind of made me think about this, 'cause I remember last year it was a situation where these two girls robbed this Uber driver somewhere down in D.C. I think they threw him out the car. He got attached to the car. They ran him over, killed him, and then ran the car into somebody else. And these two girls, I think some kind of way they said they did it because they were bored. I was like, what are y'all doing during the day to like I thought that was crazy. Like, I was like, where are the parents at? Like, that's I'm not a parent. You know what I mean? This is kind of why I'm scared of being a parent, because if my kids do something crazy, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? If you go ahead and embarrass me, and I mean, while I'm putting my heart and putting clothes on your back, right, and I'm putting food in your mouth and making sure you got good grades, making sure you got braces and all that stuff, you go out here and you wreaking havoc and terror on people, like something's wrong. You know what I mean? In that aspect. But some of these people, they do not take care of their kids. You know what I mean? They don't. They drop it. Oh, I'm gonna give it to grandmama or somebody. I'm gonna give it to so and so because so and so. Like, no, you have to. If that baby comes out of you or you spit it out, you have to take care of these kids, man. Because like you have to be there for them, man. Like, because if they don't know, by the time they get 10 or 11, 12 years old, they're going to go with the crowd. Like, they're innocent when they're like 6, 7, 8 years old. But after they start getting to their formative years, when they
start making their own decisions,
and watching all types of crazy stuff on the internet and stuff like that. Now they know what's going on. They're going to do what they're going to do. Like, I remember being 12 and 13 and 14 years old. And that's when my dad was the most hardest on me, because I was a hard-headed kid. So that's these kids are not your friend. You have to mold them, because if you don't get them in line, you know who will. The white man will get them in line. Okay, all right.
They'll be in here in the Blues, getting ready to go in the Browns.
You'll be in jail doing what they call it, telemarketing. You know what I mean?
If you know, you know.
You know what I mean? So
keep your kids out them Browns, man.
I don't like seeing these kids in these situations. The first thing I look at, where are the parents at, man? Like, where are the parents? And if there's a single parent, like, why are you single? Like, what is going on? Did the man just say, yo, I'm out, man, I can't take it no more? Or did you put him out the house so you can get government assistance? Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes in my mind. So that's why I'm not reckless with my tool. Like, I think about stuff like that 10, 15 years from now. Like, what if this kid does this? What if this kid does that? Like, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm scared of that. Come here with a gun right now, I ain't scared of nothing. But me raising a child, like, that is scary, because a lot of stuff I hear that you don't even, like, I remember what I went through. I remember being at my homie's house when we was watching pornos. I remember that stuff. You know what I mean? That had nothing to do with my parents. That was just me going out here exploring stuff. You know what I mean?
Doing.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So there has to be some type of accountability with some of these kids out here just going out here just doing the most, man. I mean, how are these kids getting guns in the house? How are these kids I just think it's just insane. Like, I don't like seeing when these kids are just going to jail at 14, 15, 16 years old, or we got to wait for, like, I remember there's these kids beat some girl up in school. It was this in Delaware. They beat some black girl up and killed her. Like, what kind of stuff is that? Like we killing people now? Like, little kids are committing homicides right now. Like, that is crazy, man. Like, someone has to be held accountable, man. Like, I don't think that's cool to just have these kids out here just wreaking havoc, and the parents, oh, well, that's just one bad seed. I got two. Nah, man. Why are you having these kids, man? Like, you got to relax, man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody got to watch these little niggas, man. These is crazy.
Yeah.
Some of them are. They all souped up on a what they call them a crispy, not the Krispy Kreme, Captain Crunch and Chinese food. And they all not
all
getting
the hormones they putting in this food.
Yeah, not getting a well balanced meal. Some of these kids are 15 years old and they 6'7".
You know what? Hey,
not playing no sports.
AAT, I noticed something. Working out in Lancaster, right? Mm-hmm. Where they get all of probably natural local food before it's really tampered with and put in full of hormones, because them and it's not trying to be on no perverts stuff, but they're built like kids versus out here in the city where they pump globs of hormones into the food, and they coming out 13, 14 years old with these 20-year-old bodies.
Gym rule. That's crazy, man.
Because it's like they're just oddly shaped out there.
Yeah.
But the food is different, because I eat the food out there, and it's so fresh and straight from the farm. They got fresh eggs. They ain't been pasteurized.
Yep.
Like, it's a difference in the food.
Yeah.
And I believe a lot of the problems within our community is the food that they're eating. It's altering their state.
Alter their state of mind.
What goes in your body affects your body.
I'm trying to tell you. Because I can't eat that. For whatever reason, you be angry. And a lot of that stuff is the stuff they putting in that food. You think that anger is just because they're in that situation? I came up in that situation, and I wasn't that angry. I just wanted to have some fun. These kids are mad.
I dated a girl. She had I think she was 8 or 9 year old daughter. And me being the man that I am, I cooked at her house. And the daughter ate it. She said, "Yo, this is the best food I ever tasted in my life." So I just happened to talk to her. I said, "What do you usually eat?" "Oh, McDonald's." And I was like, "Damn, what the?" And this girl that had her, she's not like a dumb girl, but she was not cooking for this young lady.
A lot of parents.
This was years ago.
A lot of parents. Look, man, I got friends like that, and they do not. That literally is going to the Poppy store, or the corner store, or the Jamaica spot, and this is what they're feeding. Or ordering out pizza, In and Out, wherever. Yeah. But this is what they're giving their children, and that food is full of stuff.
It took me less than half an hour to make meatloaf, some mashed potatoes, and what else I make? Some type of greens. Was it broccoli or something like that? I'm making a meatloaf. She said, "Oh, what you don't like?" You have to teach these. I remember my father and then another man that helped. He had I was cool with his son. He taught us how to make fried chicken and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, to this day, I don't know if these kids are getting like stuff like that goes a long way for some of these kids to how and of course doing chores and stuff like that, but just know how to take accountable. I know a lot of these kids, they just on the video games all day, or they out in these streets doing God knows what, man. I don't know what is going on. It's got to be the parenting or something like that, man. It's crazy, man. Some of the people that I know, they're very, very smart. They don't have no connection with their kid other than I love my kid and stuff like that. Salute to you people that put your kids in Gucci when they 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, and then when they get 14, 15, you can't afford it no more. Now they wearing them stuff from Walmart. Salute to you, losers. I see a whole lot of that. I'm gonna expose some of you people. Rocking Louis Vuitton and all that stuff, and then when they turn 13, 14, where's the Louis Vuitton at? You still got that money, right? Oh, okay. Since the sizes go up bigger, you can't afford it no more. Okay, all right then. I know you're tight.
Jeez, Taylor coming for next this week.
Yeah, and I'm keeping it clean. I haven't even cursed yet, man. Come on, man. I just think you got to do better as a, like I said, every week I'm going to preach family up here. That's just what I'm going to preach, man. That's what I was raised on. That's what Mike. You got to have a family, man. Yeah. I don't care if it's a single mom or a stepdaddy, something. You have to have a community to where you're teaching these kids stuff like that. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people that get mad when a neighbor says something about a kid. "Oh, that's not your kid. Why you not minding your business?" Back in the day, me and Mike used to get snitched on by the neighbors.
That's
and our parents would be like, "Oh, thank you. We gonna whip that." You know what I mean? Yeah.
It wasn't uncommon for me when I was young for a neighbor to whoop me and tell your mama. Yeah. And then your mama gonna come home and whoop you.
But nowadays, "Oh no, that ain't mind your business." I said,
that's not your kid.
That's not your kid.
Let me raise my kid.
All right then.
What's this? Let's see where your kid is at when they're 25.
In the penitentiary.
All right, well, that's going to do it for our Common Sense Space for this week. So we're going to move into our second edition of Top 5. And we're actually going to set it up a little different this week. It's going to be a split top 5. So I'm going to do a top 5 list. Taylor's going to do a top 5 list. And then we might give input on each other's. But we decided to have a little difference of opinion. So essentially, this episode, we got 3 top 5s for y'all. So mine is based on the death of Bernie Stolar, who, for all you who don't know, was the former president of Sega America and directly responsible for the Sega Dreamcast that came out and had a lot to do with a lot of the video games that are very popular today and were popular back in the 2000s. So he was a dude who, really loved video games. And in honor of that, I'm going to list my top 5 video game consoles.
All right.
So at number 5, I have, it was a tie. It's PlayStation 3 and original Sega Genesis.
Okay.
I used to love Sega Genesis, man. It was after the original Nintendo. It was still with the cartridges, so if the joint wasn't working, you had to blow in the cartridge and get it to work. But if you was playing a game and you wanted to beat that joint, you had to play it all day. Wasn't no saving, wasn't no coming back to it later unless you paused it, but you might come back and it might be frozen. So you had to be careful. But the PlayStation 3 was a much more advanced system. They had moved on to CDs by then, or I guess you would call them discs.
Yeah.
But PlayStation 3 was dope. I bought that on my own. And it was a really cool system.
What was the best game you played on there?
On the PlayStation 3, well, we was heavy on the Madden and the 2K.
Yeah.
But I also started getting the Call of Duty around that time.
Okay.
So that was kind of dope with the shooters. We used to have the games with the backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
So we could play like old Sega games. So I used to play Sonic on there sometimes. Sonic 1, 2, 3. We used to pack up the PlayStation and take it to each other's cribs, set the joint up, play it together.
Yeah.
But back before you could play it over the internet like you can now. So yeah, that was dope. So number 4, I'm gonna take it to a handheld, and it's gonna be Game Boy, because I ended up getting Game Boy the Christmas after it came out, which I thought was awesome and I thought was dope until I realized the Game Boy was like black and white screen, and my sister had gotten a Game Gear, which was brought out by Sega.
Yeah,
and Game Gear had the color
Gear.
screen. So I was like, dang, like my joint is cool, but hers is better.
And the Game Boy took like 80 batteries that lasted like 20 minutes.
Yeah. That was back when Game Boy was with the AA batteries or the AAA batteries.
Yeah, like 20,000 of them.
But eventually they did advance their technology and they came out with a Game Boy Color, which stepped it up and took it to a different level, and that was dope. So that's my number 4 joint. And some of my favorite Game Boy games, I'm not ashamed to say I used to play Pokemon.
Okay.
I used to play the Mario games. That's about all. And I used to play Tetris heavy. Tetris was my joint on the Game Boy. All right, so number 3, I'm going to get to that Xbox 360. That was the second Xbox console to come out. And I thought that joint was dope because you could plug up like some type of music source and play your music over the game you was playing, and the music would play in the background. So we used to do that when we was playing 2K.
It's an Xbox?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right.
You could actually do that on the original Xbox, but Xbox 360 just kind of took it up to another level.
Okay. All right. Then.
But back when I was in college, I had an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 2, so I thought I was that bull. I was balling. But yeah, Xbox is dope. Xbox has their own exclusive games like Halo. So that was one that I used to play. And then obviously the 2Ks. And I'm moving up to number 2. And this takes me back to my college days too, but it's going to be Nintendo 64. Now, 64 came out when I was a young boy, but 64 had the compatibility to play with 4 different players as long as you had 4 controllers.
Yeah.
And it had some of the dopest games to play in that way, much like Mario Kart and GoldenEye.
NCAA basketball.
And that's what we used to play back when I was in college, was Mario Kart and GoldenEye on the 64. And it will always get heated. It will always end up with somebody cussing somebody out, somebody talking crazy to somebody doing somebody dirty, but it was always a lot of fun. So that's going to be my number 2. It's Nintendo 64. And I'm going to finish it out with number 1, and that's going to be PlayStation 2. And I believe I told this story up here recently about when PlayStation 2 came out, and I saved up my money over that summer that I had a job, and my dad let me stay home from school in 9th grade, wait in line outside the Kmart, and I went up there and bought that joint. So that was dope. Then I got to stay home from school and play it. I definitely got the Madden with it. I don't know if I got another game with it, but PlayStation 2 was awesome because I remember when the first PlayStation came out, the original one, it was like much better than anything else that was out. It was like the newest, hottest, dopest system. Yeah. But it had its little bugs in it too. Like sometimes the PlayStation would fall and it would freeze. Or the disc would be scratched up so it wouldn't work. Yep. So by the time PlayStation 2 came out, my PlayStation 1 was on its last legs. Yeah. So I was glad I was able to grab that joint, and it was like the newest thing to have, and I was kind of like that boy in the neighborhood because I had my PS2.
Taylor was so bad, he was cleaning out his parents' house, and he found his PS1 locked in some type of room. That's how bad I was. My parents would take it from me.
Got your PlayStation ticket.
Got it snatched. It got snatched so much. I think I was so bad. Must have something happened afterwards, and I forgot about it. That's how bad I was.
Jeez. All right. Well, Taylor, what's going to be your top 5 list for this week?
Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm sorry I have to do this, man, but I got to bring up my man Kels, man. He's got himself 30 years.
Robert.
And if you don't know, that's what I was saying at the beginning from the classic album. The self-entitled album, R. Kelly. I was singing that slow tempo. Or if you ain't never heard that song and have yourself a chick with you, blow her back out to that track. I'm telling you, that track is classic, man. But Taylor had to. I didn't want to put 3 guys just paying homage to R. Kelly. I can't do that. You know what I mean, it's just gonna look too messy. But Taylor's gonna jump out there on a limb on his own. He got the top 5 R&B classic remixes from R. Kelly, man. I had to do it, man. I'm sorry, man. He's in jail. He's probably gonna die in the penitentiary, and he's got 2 more cases, at least 3, maybe 3, in 2 other states. You know what I mean? So we won't be seeing Kels no more, and the catalog is worth like $1 million, something like that. Somebody gonna buy his catalog.
Kels is on suicide watch.
Yeah. And he's suing the people. That's how desperate. He's suing people to say he's on suicide watch. That's how desperate he is. So Taylor is going to talk about the top 5 R. Kelly remixes that he was on. You know what I mean? So right. It's gonna be real musical. We're gonna start off with number 5. We're gonna start off with Street Dreamer. Oh mercy, mercy me. Ain't nothing out here. Oh, the remix of Street Dreams with Nas.
Okay.
Classic, yo. Classic. Took the old Ozzy brothers and took the beat, and then they did the because Street Dreams, the original Street Dreams is hard. You know what I mean? With the quote unquote Tupac beat.
It was written.
But the remix it was amazing, man. I kind of like that more than Did You Ever Think remix. You know what I mean? I always liked him and Nas doing that Street Dreams remix. That's a classic, man. Okay. That's a classic, yeah. Number 4, I'm sorry. I mean, I know that him and Aaliyah was it was a debacle and it probably should have never happened, but At Your Best remix, come on, man. If you play that right now, chills will run through your body. I mean, this is why we thought Aaliyah was grown. We didn't know that she was 14, 15 years old until we started doing our research. So, wait a minute, she was on Star Search in 19. So we started putting she is that young, but we thought she was like 19, 20 years old. Because she was singing grown person, like she was getting played on grown people music. You know what I mean? Could you imagine a 15 or 16-year-old getting played on like some contemporary R&B? It wouldn't happen. So we thought she was a grown woman. You know what I mean? So, but that song is just a beautiful song. At Your Best remix. You know what I mean? R. Kelly, he did his thing, man. Like if that comes on right now, everybody knows the words. I don't care nobody say, man. That's a classic song right there, man. So At Your Best, the remix, Aaliyah or R. Kelly singing in the background. A beautiful song, man. Number 3, and this one gets slept on. This was in the 2000s, maybe 2007, 2008. We're going to put some respect on Raheem DeVaughn, the Customer remix. I mean, Customer. Let me serve. And then R. Kelly went off. R. Kelly went up on that second. He let people know. And R. Kelly wrote the song. Like he was just beautiful. He would just talk and sing at the same time. And sometimes be offbeat, but it would be hard. You know what I mean? So Kelly, Raheem, and we gonna do the remix. Something. Tip. Like, yo, R. Kelly is just a musical genius. I don't care no one say, man. Yeah, yes, I'm bigging up a man that's got a questionable past. I don't care nothing about that, man. I know he did what he did. He's in jail.
Yeah, he's a freak boy.
Yeah. He should be in jail, videotaping, doing all that crazy stuff.
Foul.
But I'm going to give this man his musical. He was a genius.
Flowers?
He's a musical savant. That's all he knew how to do. That and eat McDonald's. That's all he knew. Number two. Oh, we're gonna put some respect on that download remix, man. Oh my goodness. You say you want me, but you need me, baby. Tell me, what am I gonna do about this threesome? Oh, come on, man.
Keep it on the.
My man was basically rapping and singing at the same time. Yo, don't bury on it if we're sipping while we're oh man, yo, don't even get me started. My man hit the highs, the lows. My man had the voice, man, just a smooth voice. And yo, man, I love the download. I remember when I was a kid, and I think it came out on because the original remix didn't come out on the album. I had the album, but they had to put out on the single, and they had like maybe 5 or 6 versions of the download remix. My homie called me on the phone and said, "Yo, Taylor, I know it's your song." He played it for me on the phone. I was like, "Yo, man, thank you, man." Like, and I think I recorded it. You know what I mean? Like, that's how much. I've been an R. Kelly, I've been an R. Kelly dude since back in the day, man. I'm sorry, man. Like, but the download remix, that was beautiful. The original was beautiful, was great, but the download remix, come on, man. Don't get no better than that. You know what I mean? But number one, oh my God, I hadn't heard it in a while because they got it. So number one is on Spotify, but they got the cut down version. But Taylor started digging online and started looking. I said, what? I know they got a longer version, and I found it. Taylor found the 8-minute version of Your Body's Calling remix. My body is calling for you, girl. Yeah. First of all, the original song is hard. That's the only thing about R. Kelly. His original song was beautiful. He made it better with the remix. You know what I mean? But the remix was just great. But I think the reason why the remix didn't get no burn was because I think at that time R. Kelly was in trouble and Aaliyah was on the vocals in the background. So it didn't. You know, you can't have Aaliyah in the backgrounds and in the debacle and a song is called Your Body's Calling. That's not a good look. It's not a good look. You know what I mean? But the song is fire, man. In the midpoint, and like just like a 3-minute, 2-minute where they just playing instruments, and here I come. Yo, just R. Kelly, he's a beast, man. Just listen to that song, and the chills don't go through your body, man. That bull, a singing savant, man. And like I said, he's gonna die in the penitentiary, and it's sad.
Such a shame.
And don't be surprised if you see Billie Eilish 2 years from now singing a remake of I Believe I Can Fly. They're just gonna make sure they're gonna whitewash R. Kelly. That's what they're gonna do. Yeah, they're gonna take his music and have other people sing it. I'm telling you,
that man
you heard it here first. You know what I mean? Taylor's saying it right here. They're gonna.
Hey, T, let me tell you something.
Sad.
R. Kelly set himself up when he found out that they did him the same way they did Michael and Prince.
Yeah,
he was going after his masters. Game over. Mm-hmm. He was going after his masters.
Yeah.
Game over. Your protection is done. Mm-hmm. Everybody, because to me, it should be more people in prison than R. Kelly.
I was going to say that they enabled that man for almost 30 years. And it wasn't just him. He was helped. You know what I mean? Whoever that guy was that was driving to the McDonald's and picking up the girls, he wasn't by himself.
Now you know what, Mike? Here's the situation where some of these parents do deserve to go to jail because they were sending their daughters to the chopping block.
Exactly.
Yes, they was.
They were sending them to the meat. Make sure you suck that.
They were so thirsty.
Do that good too.
So thirsty.
So
Sparkle should be in jail too because her niece was the one that got violated. I'll just say. But how did she meet R. Kelly? Because of you.
Y'all was sending them to the.
Y'all was sending them
block.
to him.
So that's all I'm gonna say on that.
To better your career. You know what I mean? But y'all should be in jail too, and his wife too, because she was married to him for 15 years. You can't act like you didn't know. She should be in jail too. All you guys are accessories.
I do have one to throw in the mix.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
It was a song called "Wonderful" by Ja Rule and Ashanti, and the remix feature R. Kelly.
No, that's the original.
No, there was a remix. There was original John that
Yeah.
he was not on.
Oh,
And
really?
then there was a remix that they put him on. Now I heard that song was originally for him.
Yeah.
Which is why they put him on the remix.
Yeah.
But that joint was hard.
That was a good song. And then how many something pimps that is?
If it wasn't for the money, cars, and moves,
Yo,
stars,
man.
and jewels, and all these things I got.
The crazy thing is when he sung, you
wonder,
understand everything he
hey.
said. Like his voice was crisp.
Would you still want me? Mm-hmm.
The I wish remix almost made it too, but I wasn't really a big fan of those Boo and Gotti guys. But
and I meant to bring up Ja Rule's name in an honorable mention capacity when we was talking about the top 200 albums of all time.
yeah,
Because Ja Rule got a couple alright albums. He had some joints. People try to act like Ja Rule ain't never had no joints because 50 Cent got him up out of here in that Rico.
yeah. I never really liked Ja Rule when he first came out. Yeah, he didn't do it for me when he first came out. We're going off subject, but he never was for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to be our second top 5. And we're going to end things off with Mike's Minutes this week. So yesterday when I was doing the better part of my research and compiling my stuff for this episode, I was on YouTube and I came across a video with a TED Talk, and it was actually somebody that I kind of wanted to see speak. It was Corday. And I brought up Corday, salute to him, a couple of weeks ago for his newest album. I'm blanking on what that was called. But real quick, let me just pull that up. It is From a Bird's Eye View.
Oh yeah,
Just dropped earlier this year in January. Mm-hmm. But during the course of his TED Talk, what he was talking about was pretty interesting. It was pretty much he attributes his success and where he is right now in his career to what he calls the high-level mindset, which is something that he learned from his mother. And it's not something that she actively taught him, and she was like, yo, you got to approach things this way or approach things that way. It was more so things he observed based on things that he went through growing up and seeing his living conditions with his mother and grow over the time that he was young. He said when he was much younger, things were really hard. He was living in rough neighborhoods. His mom was a single mother, and there was a lot of things that they had to deal with, things getting cut off, high bills and things like that weren't really ideal. But as the years of his life went on, he saw that things progressively got better and improved, and he really respected that. So that helped contribute to what he takes into what he does now and how he approaches his life and his career. So I'm going to just break down these 4 quick points for y'all that he says if you combine these 4 things, they allow you to live your life using this high-level mindset. So number 1 was just to remain positive. No matter what's happening, whether things are good, obviously it's easy to be positive when things are good, but especially when things are bad. Just stay positive through whatever it is that you're dealing with. Stay a plus sign. Number 2, be intentional with your desires. So know exactly what you want, and even more specifically, write your goals down. Write down the things that you want to do in your future. Dream big. Have big ideas, because, writing down you want to make it to the end of the week or you want to make it to next week's check, that's not a goal. All right, so number 3 is discipline equals excellence. A lot of people say that the bridge between your goals and achievement is discipline, and that's what's going to end up getting you there. Being able to do the things you hate, but do them like you love them. That's what Mike Tyson said. So you look at anybody that's great, anybody that's doing anything at a really high level, any big actors, big movie stars, big musicians, whoever the case may be.
Doctors,
yeah. Lawyers, judges. The one thing that they all have in common is they all have a high level of discipline. And discipline will get you to excellence. And then number 4, the last component of it is to remove negative people from your life. Because negative people will kill you and your dreams faster than anything else. If you want to be doubtful about something, tell a big dream to a small-minded person. So anybody that's negative in your life, anybody that's not supporting you, anybody that's just putting you down, that's sneak dissing you with the jokes on the low, that's curving you when you're trying to put, real effort into your relationship, remove negative people, period. And those are the 4 things that he brought up and that he compiled in his TED Talk that make up the high-level mindset. Remain positive, be intentional with your desires, discipline equals excellence, and remove negative people from your life. And he brought up this other thing. It's a Yiddish proverb that I thought was interesting, but it's we plan and God laughs. So if you trying to do things, your way, you trying to plot things out, you think things are going to go this way, and things go drastically wrong, and it rains on the day when you're trying to have an event outside, or, things just don't work out the way that you want them to, roll with it. Stay positive, stay liquid, stay fluid, and, keep pushing and keep going to where you want to go, because persistence is going to get you there too. I saw this video on IG that's circulating right now about this little girl, Jazzy. She's got to be 8, 9, 10 years old. And this little girl has interviewed J. Cole. She's interviewed Shaq. She's interviewed Jay-Z. That's 3 big names. That's 3 multi-millionaires, 3 very powerful, influential people. And this little girl, just through persistence, just through heart, just through putting herself out there and sticking to this thing is making her dreams come true. And one day I'm sure she's going to be interviewing people like Oprah. So that's what she talks about, is being persistent, because persistence in the face of no's, in the face of things not going your way, that's going to get you there too. So keep that in mind. That's my Mike's Minutes for this week. And that's going to do it for this episode, season 4, episode 15. We appreciate everybody linking in and checking in with us, listening to what we got going on and what we talking about up here. And keep supporting, keep showing love, keep following, keep subscribing. We still going up on Podbean as far as our followers, so that's awesome. We're very, very thankful and appreciative to all of you. Keep following us on Twitter and IG at Sleep is for You. That's S.L.E.E.P. the number 4 YOU. Look out for episodes on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, Stitcher, and Podbean. Check out sleepisforyou.com, our website. Tell anything else you got for the people.
Oh, no, man. Have a good holiday weekend, man. Yeah,
absolutely. Man. Happy July 4th. We all know that was not considered Independence Day for everybody, but either way, enjoy your holiday. I'm getting paid tomorrow not to be at work, so that's something to be happy for. Anything else you got to say to the people?
Yo, be safe out there. Make sure you ain't mistaking them firecrackers for no pop shots.
Oh, and real quick, I do have 2 things to correct from last week. Jalen and Jalen Williams are not brothers. And Taylor had the right quote last week when he said the worst thing in life is wasted talent. I said potential. I was absolutely wrong, so keep that in mind too. But we'll get with y'all next week. Water.
Yeah. We back. Yeah.
The GP will see you now.
Look, free to return to that emo rap. Ain't no kilo stash. Augusta's son had to reload that. Daddy gone, but his legacy strong. How do you figure? I too thought I'd be dead, all things considered, but I'm living, thriving and growing, fighting opponents that I'm with it. Striving to know who died for the lowest, don't you get it? The industry hope is trying to control us, I ain't with it. I got me a goal that's highly explosive with my wife and my baby. What I'm writing is weighty. Call me S.O. or Bebenberg, they knighting me lately. Stand where the light is, feeling lighter than lighter, and maybe I'm getting grown. Nothing wrong with Bible and Baileys. I open up the text, got my mind closer off the edge. Got the architect, I ain't gotta go to your connect. I gotta go direct, him and I through the sun up.